Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Just wanted to come on here and talk to about a little bit. You can probably hear my puppy in the background whining. She wants to come out, but I just wanted to pop on here and talk about a subject that I'm kind of trying to figure out with the situation. And I've got two married women that are acquaintances. One, this happened about 8-9 months ago. Another one, it happened a little bit earlier. And I'm trying to figure out and understand why. I can understand certain things, but I'm kind of trying to understand why these two women want to talk to me about their relationships with their husbands. Mind you, both these people have been with their husbands, I think, for over 20 years, both of them. And I kind of know why people like to talk to me and not confess, but confide in me, I think. Some of it is confession, I guess. But it's interesting how, I've been told by a couple massage therapists that I have really good energy, and I could never figure out why I was always attracting these different type people. And I'm talking weirdos, is what I call them. And they're not necessarily, might not be weirdos, but it's just funny how people always find the weird stuff, the strange stuff that would never happen. Like I said, if it can happen to me, it'll happen. But I just find it interesting on how these two people that are acquaintances think it's okay to talk to me about intimate details about their husbands when I respect both their husbands. And I don't talk to them. I mean, it's just chatterbox is what I call it. Nothing, hey, how you doing, kind of thing, or what's going on, or we'll talk about just world problems or things that are going on in our community and that kind of thing, but nothing really deep. And it's just interesting, and I'm going to use that a lot because I should use the word intriguing. It's intriguing to me why these two people. But what the caveat here is, or what the interesting part about it is these two people have not told me. They've made up certain things about the stories that they've told me and the problems they're having and why they're having these problems, and they admit that they're partially at fault. But it's like, you expect somebody to listen to this stuff, and one is in therapy, and I don't think she has the right therapist because I don't think it's helping her. I think it's helped her up to a point, but when you get with a certain therapist and it's like with being with a massage therapist. They get to a certain point where they can only work it so difficult because their technique's not working. And it's the same thing with any kind of therapist. And so I think it's helped her up to a certain point, and I think she's at a stalemate. And I'm not quite sure why both of them. The other one's not in therapy. And why would you tell somebody or talk to somebody, especially another male, about this situation? And I don't know if it was the type of situation where they were trying to make it sound like their partner was not that good of a person, and because I respected him, maybe I would say something else or do something else, which I'm not going to get involved. And so the one I saw a couple days ago, and she started to tell me some things, and I just changed the subject because I don't need to talk about this. I don't need to know how your therapy's going. I don't need to know, and it's not my business. And I just want surface level things. I don't want to talk about your intimate details about your husband's relationship, especially the intimate part of it, because both of them have told me intimate things. And, and it's interesting how both are going along the same line. They've been with the same man, and they've never been with any other man, but they've been with him for so long, and now all of a sudden there's a problem, and they're not even going to communicate and talk about it to try to change it. They just went out. And I don't understand that. I don't understand you're the one that created this mess. Both of them created this mess. And I'm not saying that the husbands didn't have a part of it, because they did. But women need to understand that they want to sit there and talk about the lack of communication and blame it on the man, but it's the women that have usually the problem with the relationship. It's not usually the man, and I'm not saying that the man doesn't have a part of it, but if you're not going to communicate what's bothering you from the get-go just to keep peace or to keep, neutral situations when you're taking it all inside of you because you're upset about the situation, you need to take responsibility for it, and you need to handle it now. And that's what I say about communication. But my thing with this whole situation is, why is it that these people think it's okay? I know I've been told by, like I said, by massage therapists that I have really good energy, but it's like, what was their thought process of thinking that I'm a safe person to talk to about your husbands that I respect? What part of, and then not even tell me the whole truth of what's going on, but admit that you have caused this problem, and the only way you think of getting out of it is leaving them. I don't understand the whole process. You created this mess, so you need to get yourself out of it. And I'm not talking about divorce or leaving or separating or that kind of thing. I'm talking about communicating and trying to reel things back in and change the outcome of not leaving. And I guess there's two things that are going on. I'm wondering why they thought it was comfortable to just talk to me about this, and for two, why do they think the only thing is to leave? To get out of the situation. I can guarantee you, neither one of them are going to find somebody in this dating market that's going to even put up with any of it. They won't even find the good guys, because they have good guys. They just needed to work with them from the get-go. And I think that's the biggest problem with a lot of people's relationship, is there's not true good communication. Communication is key to a good relationship, whether it's a friendship, husband, wife, partner, even the relationship you have with your dogs and your kids needs to be very communicative. That's why my mother and I had a good relationship. Was it perfect? No. But it was perfect for our situations, and it's because we communicated. And a lot of the things that we communicated amongst each other was not positive. And did we not get in arguments? Of course we did. But she was my mother, I was her son. So it was that type of relationship. And so that being said about these two people, I just am trying to figure out why. And I think I've talked about this about a video, but the thing about it is I think what bothers me the most is, why do they feel it's okay to talk to me about this? And then when they do talk to me, they don't give me the full details, and they try to lie to me, because I've caught both of them when I talked to them again about it, and they lied to me. Either they lied to me the second time, or they lied to me the first time they told me, because I asked the same questions the second time, and I didn't get the same answer as I did for the first. So either they thought about what they said to me, and they're trying to readjust their story. So I don't know, was it the first time they lied to me when they told me that? Or is it the second time because they're trying to make up this? I don't know, guys. Like I said, I'm not a therapist. I don't want to be a therapist. I will listen to people about things and talk to them through it. But these are people that I know how they handle stuff, and I know how they could handle stuff better. And I'm not to the point where now I don't ask for people's opinion anymore. I just do what I want to do. I do the research that I need to do on it. And if I make a mistake, then I learn from it. But I'm getting to the point where I don't confide in people anymore. People don't need to know my business. And the same thing with these two people. I don't understand why they want to confide in me. So anyway, I'm not a safe place because I respect both their husbands. So that's not going to go, and that's what I don't understand. But I think also, I keep saying I don't understand, but I think also I respect their husbands. So are they trying to turn me against their respected husbands so them leaving or getting out of the relationship will make it look better? That could be too. I just thought of that just now. It's not going to work though. There's always two sides to each story, and I haven't heard the husband's side of the story, nor am I going to ask him, nor do I want to know. But anyway, let me know in the comments if you had this. Hope you guys have a good evening, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.